My name is Peter Reynolds. I'm the production manager at Extronics Limited. Extronics make equipment for hazardous areas and harsh environments. Initially, I decided to apply for the ADAPT programme because we wanted to gain experience in a world-class manufacturing company and see examples of world-class manufacturing. At Extronics, I feel like we're on a journey here towards world-class manufacturing, and part of that journey is going to be the adoption and incorporation of other best practices within the area and also within the global sphere of manufacturing. I believe the programme surpassed my expectations. My expectations were surrounded that I maybe made an assumption that the programme would focus heavily on robotics and robots. However, that wasn't the case. I believe that we are maybe some way away on our journey towards robotics, so that's my expectations being set at that level were surpassed by the fact that when we actually came to the site in Congleton, the digital factory by Siemens, we saw many examples of MES systems, how people operate within teams there as well. And really, for me, that was the most meat that we can get out of the programme initially. You know, we're on this journey that we need to complete, and we're probably at the start of the journey where Siemens started 15 to 17 years ago. What I believe I learned that maybe I couldn't have learned elsewhere from the ADAPT programme was the incorporation by Siemens Digital Factory to operate under agile teams. And when I say agile teams versus traditional teams, what I learned on the experience day was in fact that a team will be given license to develop on its own, and the projects will be time boxed. However, that agile environment there is something that I believe is quite unique and I'd never heard before. So having experience of that and talking to the MD of Siemens in Congleton as well, specifically about that infrastructure around there, was really helpful, and I believe that is something we wouldn't have experienced elsewhere. The changes we plan to make and the changes we've already made from the visit to the factory were initially to review all our processes. During the visit, we talked a lot about how the processes and procedures were incorporated through the start of the Siemens in Congleton journey, if you like. And one of the key points that came out of it was the avoidance of digitising bad processes. That's a very costly procedure and something we want to avoid. So what we've tried to do as a starting point for here and how we've learned from that is to review all our processes in the current guise, in the current way we do things, and streamline those processes down before we invest heavily into an MES system, for example. So I would say initially that's what we've tried to do, and also longer term we've just taken on a large project that we're coming to the end of now, that we have tried to adapt ourselves in terms of adopting more of a lean environment, looking at value stream mapping, which is all part of the journey that the guys in Siemens went on. I would recommend the ADAPT programme to other businesses. The reason why I would recommend that programme is because I believe that we're at a critical juncture in the UK manufacturing at the current time, and I also believe that it's very important sharing best practices between businesses. It's very important that we incorporate our own good ideas. You know, it's not about reinventing the wheel. Sometimes it's only about a smaller business maybe adopting some of the other manufacturing processes that have already been established and work very well and maybe enhanced upon. You know, we talk about Industry 4.0 now, and we talk about maybe even Lean 4.0, Lean 5.0, developing the processes and procedures that have been developed in Japan and in America in the past. And we're going to a new arm of manufacturing now, in a new environment that will need to all help each other, I believe, and part of this programme does incorporate and promote that.